Here's how to take an input chart to a cooperative strip paragraph. Did you know that you can do the cooperative strip paragraph strategy with your students without having a process grid? Here's how. Step number 1, use an input chart. You can utilize any input chart and take that to a writing activity with your students. You can choose to use a graphic organizer input chart or a pictorial input chart. You can even use a narrative input chart. Once you've built your input chart with your students, the next step would be to do a small group activity utilizing the ELD Group Frame. During our ELD Group Frame, we typically start off with a blank sheet of paper and have students tell us out loud a little bit about what's happening on the chart. As the instructor, we're going to write verbatim what students are telling us onto the paper. Once you've had a couple rounds of students telling us about the chart and the teacher writing it down verbatim, you now have an ELD group frame that you can use. On this paper, we have the exact language levels of the students since we wrote it verbatim. It will have all the normal mistakes that student writing typically has, so then later we can correct it when we do the writing process. What you're going to want to do is take your ELD group frame and go ahead and cut that into strips. Using those strips, we can put that into a pocket chart, and now you have the start of a cooperative strip paragraph. Make sure that you use a writing checklist so that way you can respond, revise, and edit student writing. Your writing checklist should have standards from your writing strand of your Common Core ELA standards. At this point, you're just going to follow your writing checklist and go through the responding phase, so have students reflect on the writing as is before you do any sort of changes, and have them talk about what they like about the writing piece so far. Then you'll move on to revising. This would be things like sentence structure, the order of the sentences, things like that. You'll want to work on fixing that with your students. And lastly, you'll go through and you'll do the editing phase. Editing would be things like fixing spelling, adding in punctuation, making sure that you have your margins, all of those pieces. You'll want to split this up into several different lessons, and by the end, you'll have a finalized cooperative strip paragraph for your students. If you prefer to do this whole class versus just as a small group, then instead of doing an ELD group frame, you will do a whole class group frame. When doing a whole class group frame, you can write team sentences right onto sentence strips and then put that in your pocket chart to start the cooperative strip paragraph process. Now let's take a look at a classroom demo. Note that in this demo, the teacher is going to be taking a pictorial input chart and turning that into a cooperative strip paragraph with the students.
Next up, what we're going to do is some collaborative writing, where we're going to write together. Let's read first the sentence that I wrote that's going to serve as our topic sentence. Here we go, read it with me. The Virginia colony was shaped by a variety of factors. Very good. What words in our sentence tell us what we're going to write about? What are some words that tell us?
Virginia colony.
Yes. First off, the Virginia colony. Very good. When I give you the signal word, you're going to go back to your table and you're going to use the information that we learned about the Virginia colony to create a sentence that is so important, so technically correct and specific that no other team could possibly think of that same sentence. You can use the pictorial to create your sentence. Brainstorm together as a team. What is your sentence and how does it support this topic sentence? When you're ready, raise your hands, let me know as a team. I'll come by, I'll give you some sentence strips and a marker. You're then going to write your sentence that supports our topic sentence based on what we learned about the Virginia colony. I have a couple of rules though. Rule 1 is that everyone must participate. That means not one person can grab the marker and write the whole thing, okay? Each person has to contribute to the sentence in some way. So help out and support your teammates to write that sentence. Number 2, write the words large, just like I did on the sentence strip. So not multiple lines on one sentence strip, make it large enough so we'll all be able to see it. When I give you the signal word, head back to your tables, start brainstorming. What is your sentence going to be from the information on our pictorial input chart? Geography.
Geography, the study of rivers